Saturday night right now. Can't get a 6-pack of Corona, but I figured we'd go with the light version, a 3-pack of Corona stories today. 7 die after drinking coronavirus hand sanitizer when alcohol ran out at a party in Russia. They do it big time over there, don't they? They are some hard mofos, I'll give them credit for that. 2 more people remain in coma in an intensive care ward, say reports. Group of 9 people drank the antiseptic hand wash at a party in Yakutia region. Don't know if I pronounced that right. The first 3 victims were a 41-year-old woman and 2 men, aged 27 to 59. The woman stepped up. She said, hey, equality. I can do what you guys can do, right? 7 people have died after drinking the hand sanitizer in Russia. So of the 9, 7 croaked already. 2 more remain in a coma in an ICU ward, say reports. A group of 9 people drank the antiseptic hand wash. We read that already. Here is apparently the beautiful house where the party took place. Look at this place. That's Russia all day, all night long right there, isn't it? That's when you think of Russia, that's everything. What is that? Is that a really bad attempt at a Hello Kitty there? Oh wait, I'm not supposed to know what that is. The first 3 victims were a 41-year-old woman and 2 men aged 27 and 59, which we learned about. 6 others were flown by a medical evacuation aircraft to regional capital, Yakutsk. I think I got that pronunciation a little bit better. On Friday, 3 more men died, aged 28, 32, and 69. 1 more death was reported today. Federal public health watchdog, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. 9 cases of poisoning with sanitizer have been registered, including 7 that were fatal. We might be putting 2 more on the board. They must be Trump fans. Remember the whole, he told everybody to drink bleach thing? Yeah. Taking stuff literally, baby. The regional state prosecutor said the poisoning took place as a result of drinking sanitizer. Partygoers drank the sanitizer, 69% methanol, which had been sold as hand cleanser during the pandemic. Health officials warned locals not to drink the Russian-made antiseptic. A criminal case has been opened. Sad when you have to warn people. There's comments. Why does this not surprise anyone? That it was the Russians. We're moving on. That says enough, and you guys know what's up. Russia, they get down hardcore there. I've talked about Georgia quite a bit over the past week. Republican Senator Kelly Loeffler tests positive for COVID and goes into quarantine after campaign event with Mike Pence ahead of her Georgia runoff. Story's pretty self-explanatory, but I've talked about the importance of Georgia. People on the left and right get it. We're at 50-48 right now. 50 Republicans, 48 Democrat senators, so those 2 runoffs there, if the Democrats get both, they would have all 3 chambers of government. Republicans need to split or take them both to kind of reaffirm that mini red wave, not a wave, but like a, what would you call that, mini little ripple that they had in Congress when they flipped a bunch of seats and tightened the gap on Democrats there. The last I saw, I think it was about 12 flips. It might have been 11, and I think the Democrats flipped a couple, and there's still a bunch of seats that haven't been called yet. Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler has gone into quarantine after receiving conflicting COVID-19 test results, including one that was positive. A positive test, one that was negative. I wonder where those test kits came from. I'm kidding. Loeffler's campaign said she took 2 rapid tests on Friday morning, which both came back negative. She received the results of a PCR test, which is more accurate than rapid tests that night, which showed she was positive. If it indeed is more accurate, I'd go with that one. The Republican who has been hitting the campaign trail hard ahead of her runoff election in January, that's January 5th, I believe, is when people go out to vote for those, when Georgians go out to vote, was retested on Saturday, and the results were inconclusive, prompting her to isolate out of caution Interesting. Senator Loeffler followed CDC guidelines by notifying those with whom she had sustained direct contact while she awaits further test results. Her office said Saturday night. She has no symptoms, and she will continue to follow CDC guidelines by quarantining until retesting is conclusive and an update will be provided at that time. Loeffler has appeared at 2 campaign events with Vice President Mike Pence and Senator David Perdue in Georgia on Friday. She wore a mask for part of the day, but did take it off when she was on stage with Pence and Perdue, sparking fears that they may have also been exposed to the flu. There she is there. I don't know why they have long faces all the time. Nice, feminine, cute-looking senator in her 50s or 40s, if that's possible. Loeffler is facing Democrat Raphael Warnock in a January 5th runoff election. One of 2 races that will determine which party has control of the U.S. Senate, which is what I talked about. She has held several rallies in recent weeks with crowds packed into close quarters and many audience members not wearing masks. Oh my God! Oh no! 2 staff members for Loeffler tested positive for COVID-19 last month. At the time, a subsequent test for Loeffler came back negative, according to a statement from her office. Warnock reacted to the news of Loeffler's latest possible infection in a tweet on Saturday, writing, okay, what's he going to say? Senator Loeffler is in my thoughts. I pray that her test results come back negative and that she is back on the campaign trail soon. Blessings. Okay. Whew. I thought he was going to do one of those passive-aggressive things. There may be more to the tweet, but we had that a lot when Trump had tested positive. There was a lot of that passive-aggressiveness where they were using it as a way to say, hey, we want him back out there, but he kind of deserved it. Is what a lot of the undertones of those tweets were at that time. Don Jr., I guess, has it as well. A lot of you are probably familiar with that, so we won't talk about that. He did make a quip about it, though, where he said something to the effect of, at least his eyes aren't red like they were at the RNC, where he was accused of doing coke, I believe it was, by the media. Not familiar with that story. You guys, if you're on the right, you're probably watching and you know more about it than me, but yeah, I didn't catch that media cycle where he was accused of that. News being it the season for the holidays, as I've said for the past several days, if your overlord, tyrant, governor, senator, whomever, mayor, gets to go out and party, gets to go out and get their hair cut, gets to go out and do outdoors things, then we should be able to as well. So follow the lead of those fearless leaders we have in government and go out and see your family. Spend time with your family. Obviously be safe. Take care of others in your family, especially if you've got at-risk people. Look out for them. But hey, family, relations, it's things we all need. You have to feel that warmth and comfort with loved ones if you have that. Can't just sit here and watch YouTube videos all day. That doesn't really warm up your heart. Might warm up your screen a little bit, but the great COVID getaway. Millions of Americans carry on with their holiday plans ahead of Thanksgiving, despite CDC advice to stay home, as cases top 12 million and hospitalizations reach 82,000. You see what Fauci said? Now it's time to do as you're told. Yeah, right. I got you right here, Fauci. Millions of Americans are carrying on with travel plans this weekend, amid calls for everyone to avoid traveling during the Thanksgiving holiday period. Crowds were seen lining up at airports across the country, including in Arizona, Chicago, and New Jersey. It comes as the number of new cases surged to a record high of more than 193,000 Friday, and over 82,000 patients are now hospitalized across the country. I wonder if they'll tell us about the dropping death rate. Remember when that was projected at 5%? Way back then? I can't even talk about this. 14 days was supposed to be the initial lockdown, yada, yada, yada. You get it. On Saturday, the number of confirmed cases across the country topped 12 million. Daily deaths also surged to 2,015 yesterday, the highest number of fatalities per day since back in May during the initial peak of the virus. And I was talking to Ban Everything about this. Ban, I know you're out there watching, brother, and I know you've got family in northern Louisiana. Make sure you see them. Be safe though. We were having a dialogue back and forth about this, and what I was wondering was, and he was saying cases are surging in Louisiana. What I was wondering was, how is this possible? We've done everything they've told us. How is this possible? And if we're doing everything that we've been told, for the most part, most of us are, how are these numbers still growing? It makes you wonder if it's even effective. A map, which was created by US government health officials, shows the number of COVID-19 infections per capita on a county level for last week. The entire country is blanketed in red. Not the election though. Sorry boys, you got some blue in there, a little too much. Which indicates that at least some counties in every state are reporting more than 200 cases per 100,000 residents. Let's take a look at what they're talking about here. Some photos from the airport. That's Phoenix, they say. COVID travel restrictions in 50 states. Okay, so the travel restrictions are, just checking these out here, mostly in the Northeast, but you do have some red states as well, so you can't just say that it's all blue states. Alaska, Kansas, Ohio went red. A lot of blue states here. West Coast, obviously, you know how those pussies do it there. Number of new infections per day. Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, Wave 4, 5, 6. When are we going to hit the 7th wave? That's what I'm waiting for. Whoa, what happened here? Where is this? Chicago, ho. People are not having it. I had heard there was a study out, and this was from the Wonder Beanie. He was talking about how, back when things first went down, back in March and April, about 67%, so 2/3 of Americans were fine with quarantining in place, which makes sense. Surprisingly, it wasn't a little higher, actually, given that we didn't know much about it. But now that's less than a majority, it's like 49% that would be willing to quarantine in place longer. So I think people have really had it with that somewhat. It's still barely in the minority. Like I said, it looks like we're hitting a 3rd wave, apparently. Here's some comments. We're not going to get too much into this. America, land of the brave and home of the idiots. A special kind of stupid right there, folks. Yeah, because we really care about what they say about us in the UK. So thanks there, champ. Like I said, it's the holidays. You have to have that interaction with people. People aren't having the lockdowns. Russians are going crazy drinking damn hand sanitizer. Senators, get better so she can get back out on the campaign trail. But as I said, everybody just do what you feel is right. If you want to hide out inside, I'm always an advocate for personal choice and responsibility. If you want to hide out inside, then hide out inside. If you want to spend time with your family, make sure you do it responsibly, because you wouldn't want that 0.00001 chance that you might catch something, end up passing from it. I'm joking, I'm kidding. I know it's supposed to be serious. I'm supposed to take this stuff serious. Things are happening, people are dying, I get that. It definitely sucks. So make sure you take care of your loved ones. But if you're somebody who feels like mentally you need that release, you need time with your family, then I think that is worth the risk. Do it safe, of course. Friends, family, loved ones. There's definitely a lot to be said about the mental health aspect of it. Something that's covered a little bit, and we don't hear enough about it. All they do is shove the numbers down our throat every day, and we don't hear about the declining death rates as much. Interesting how that works out. But to everybody out there, whenever you're seeing this video, hopefully in the next few days, have a great Thanksgiving. Spend time with your family. Tell your loved ones I said what's up and to watch my videos. All the best, everybody. Be well. An extra scoop of stuffing, extra scoop of mashed potatoes, extra scoop of gravy for this guy, because I'll be whipping up the Thanksgiving turkey as well. Be well, everyone.